Hello everybody. The sun is in my way. I don't know how to fix it. There we go. So today, sorry, let me turn down the music. Today I want to talk about my brother's suicide story, and I don't know. It's been like how many years? 3 or something like that, and I just always felt awkward about it and stuff. I don't know if I made a video, but I know I went through the process. I recorded videos when it happened and stuff. And people were like, "Why are you trying to make money off like suicide?" But I was just like so confused because, well, first of all, I don't make money when you upload a mentally health, mental anything related to mental health or like something like that, just certain topics. You don't make money off YouTube. So for the people that say I make money like off like a suicide video, I don't make money. I don't even. You're not even allowed to make money out of it, and like it's age restricted most of the time. So you know, people assume too many things, but I don't make money, and that's why I didn't really want to make videos anymore about mental health because like people are always judging, like they always have something to say. Everyone has something to say about this and that. Like, why am I putting my brother's suicide video, with blood on the internet? It's like, okay, well, it's my life, it's my story, it's stuff I go through. Like, why can't I go live when I feel like it? So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But, I don't know how to start, but, let me see. I mean, I didn't prepare make a video, about this topic. I always wanted to make a video, but I was like, I don't know, I feel like I've never gotten over it, and it's just like, it's been difficult, but I talk about it most of the time with people, and like, it doesn't bother me as much talking about like my brother's suicide. But so my brother, we're like 5 years apart. I was born in 1991. He was born in 1996, and we all grew up in LA. And you know how hard it is in LA. Like, like your parents are always trying to give you the best life, always working, and whether it's trying to take a part-time, like full-time job and another part-time job, like Saturdays and Sundays. My parents were never home, and my big brother had to take care of us, and we would always be locked up in the house. We would never go out because my parents were always working, so we were always in the house, and I remember my little brother was always attached to my mother. And I remember when my brother was born, I don't know, that's so weird, but like, I remember when my brother was born, like, my mom was like at St. Francis Hospital, and she was like in a wheelchair, and I was like so confused. I'm like, why is my mom in a wheelchair? Like, what the fuck happened? She's like, oh, cause she just had labor, and they explained to me she just had labor and like this and that. And then we couldn't see my mom. I don't know why. Like, we were at St. Francis, there was a glass window, and we saw my mom, and like, we didn't even get a hug or anything like that. And I remember like one time, like, we had to stay at the babysitter. Like, it was weird because we were at the babysitter and my dad never came home, and we were just like, what the fuck? Did I park wrong? Oh my god, I parked wrong. So anyways, like, I was at the babysitter, and like, yeah, my brother was born, and then like, I don't know, I kind of remember certain things, like when he was little. Like, I was remember like, oh wow, like how I was like, I don't know, I felt happy. I don't know, it was weird because I felt happy that I had a little brother. I don't remember like when I was little. I don't remember like him and being little and stuff. But I remember I was like happy. I was like, wow, I'm gonna have a little brother. Like my own child. I felt like he was my own child when I was little. I don't know, it was weird. I don't know how to explain it, but when I was little, I felt like he was my own child. I would like hang around with him. I always hug him, and he would be like, don't hug me. And I don't know, it was weird. Like little by little, like, I was like distinct, distancing. I was at a distance with him little by little, like throughout the years. Like, I remember like he didn't want to be hugged, he didn't want to be near me, and just like, I was just like, I felt weird because like, it's my little brother, and like, he just didn't want to be near me. And like, I was like, I always thought he was evil. I always thought my little brother was evil. Like I didn't want to be near him either. Like I saw him as an evil person, like as a even human being. Like I felt like he was born evil. I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but like I always felt like he was born evil. Like he was an evil child. Like um. So, I always try to distance myself. I saw him as evil when he was little, and little by little he started like he started going at a distance, like from all of us, like from all of our family. Like he just was on his own little world, and yeah, like like he was growing. I remember like when he was 11, like, cause I don't know, like when I read his suicide note, like he was like, "Oh, I'm 11 years old. I've been wanting to kill myself when I was 11 years old." I remember, like, cause I had a camera at that age. I don't know, I was 15 and he was 11, and I would take pictures of him, and like he didn't really seem happy, and like he I don't know, felt like bad at the same time, cause like how when you're little, like your little brother looks after you and like they copy you. So like it's weird because like now that I'm thinking about it, like I would always wear a hoodie and he would always wear a hoodie, and then like I don't know, like I'm just thinking about, did he learn bad habits away from me? Because I take care of a child now, so I feel like I remember when that child was little, like they would do everything their big sister like did too. So I was like, I was like, damn, like little kids are, she's always trying to do what her little big sister's trying to do. And I'm thinking about like my brother, like I guess like he would to like try to to do what I was doing, because I guess my brother went to prison at age 17, so I was the oldest brother, and at age 15 I guess I was the oldest brother, and I had two younger brothers. So I mean, I don't know, like I remember like I started having suicide thoughts at age 11. Like I remember being like in 7th grade and people were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just tired." I would be like, "I'm just tired." But I remember I wanted to kill myself at age 11. I don't know, it's weird, but I just wanted to kill myself. And like I never talked about it with my brother. I never talked about it with anyone. I always dealt with it by myself. Like I always thought it was weird. Like it didn't make sense, but like to me, but like kind of felt like what my brother was going through, like that age. And like and then like like I don't know, we moved to LA. Like we lived like in LA County, but we moved to LA, and it was so ghetto right there, like really ghetto. Like but my brother was fine with it. Like it was until he got to high school. High school, like he didn't like high school. And then like I don't know how it was for him, but like I remember he was like 15 years old and I was like 19 years old, and then like I dropped out of college because I wanted to kill myself. And then I stayed home. Like I got like agoraphobia. I don't know, like eventually I was stuck in my room. I would never leave my room. I wouldn't take showers. I wouldn't brush my teeth. I would not leave my house at all. And like eventually like months passed by, and my brother, he was 15 at the time, I guess, and he started taking care of me. Like he would cook for me. He would like was there always with me. Like we would watch TV together, and like he liked the news a lot, and like he was always watching the news. Like he's like, "Oh my god, people are dying all day." He would say that, like, people are dying. I'm like, what? Because I used to watch the news too when like I was depressed and stuff, and like I just like I had to get away from the news and the TV. I don't watch TV now because I had a bad experience with TV, like with all the horrible things they say, because it's news, right? So I remember like he would always be like, "Oh my god, just another shooting, someone died again." And it wasn't LA. LA is big cities, like how many millions of people here. And he was really like obsessed with news, and like staying in the house, and like he was always cleaning like always bleaching the house and like just cleaning up. And I told my parents like, mom and dad, like, yeah, he's not going to school. Like I started getting better, and like it was to a point where like, I didn't want him to go to school either. Like I was so depressed. I wanted someone, and he was there for me. And I was depressed, because my parents were always working. I was home by myself. I was hearing things and seeing things. I was just like so scared, when he dropped out of school to take care of me. I was like in a way happy, like I had someone to take care of me. And then um and then yeah, like one day, you know he got a dog, and I just hated animals. But then um um what was I saying? Like, he had a dog. I don't know. I just remember like when I started getting better, I told my parents like, hey, mom and dad, like well, actually, you know I started, well, it wasn't that I started getting better. It's like I found someone that I had a one night stand, I know, whatever, like, and this person was like, oh, let's meet again. And then I was like, okay. And then they were like, oh, you want to be in a relationship? And I was like, yes. Then we moved in together. And then like that's when I left my parents' house. Like I got a job and stuff. And then like, and I don't know, well, I guess we were still seeing each other before we moved in together. But then I remember like that it was a couple of months. I told my parents like he needs help. Like my brother needs help. Like he's like he's not normal. Like he cleans the house all day and every day. Like he doesn't even go to the park. He doesn't ditch. Like at that age, at age 16 or whatever, I was ditching. Like he's not even ditching. He's just staying in the house watching the news and cleaning up. Like that's not right. Like you guys need to help him. And it took months. I kept telling everyone. Like eventually I moved out and I told my brother like, hey, how's my brother? He's like, oh, well, he doesn't live here anymore. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, no, he doesn't live here anymore. Like, he doesn't even stay here. And like, you know, I found out later on that like he would like sleep with friends or on the street, and like at the parks. My brother would sleep at the parks and on the street. Like at nights. How scary is that to be age 17 or 16 and like sleep on the street? My parents allowed that. My parents, like, they're not right in the head. I grew up with a mentally ill mom, and like my dad left his family at age 13. He was already on the street at age 13. So like, I guess he felt like it was fine for his children like be on the street. Because he left at age 13 for whatever reason. I don't know. But one day I was in I even told my brother one time, like, I don't know where we went to eat, like a Cuban restaurant or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it was soon. Maybe it was a couple of months ago. But I told him like, look, like, I told him. He told me, oh, he doesn't live with us anymore. I'm like, well, at least are you giving him money? Like, cause how is he supposed to survive on the street like that? And then he was like, oh no, I don't want to give him money, cause then he's gonna ask for money. He's gonna want to do drugs and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, I was like confused about the situation, because like, how are you gonna not? I told him like, look, your brother, your big brother, like, your parents kicked him out at age 17, and he ended up in prison. He killed someone. He was trial for murder. He went in prison. I don't want that for your brother. I told him either he's gonna be dead or gonna kill someone, or I don't know, but and like I told my brother, like, I don't know, I can't do anything about it. I can't help him. Like, I tried so many times, and it's up to you. I told my younger brother, like, he's 1 year younger than me, and I told him, and I warned him, like, I kind of saw the signs and stuff, like, of a mentally ill person. And eventually, like, I went to Mexico for vacation, and I came back. I was happy, like, cause I was happy, cause like my friend, like, he was helping me out with stuff, and like I was eventually able to find like some family members, and then like I came home. I was so happy, and like I remember my brother before he committed suicide told me like, oh, you know what, like I wanna volunteer more. Like I'm thinking about, he always wanted to do like work with animals, like be a veterinarian. And I was like, yeah, I'll help you, like just give me your email and stuff. And like he gave me his email, and I used to take him volunteering with me. Like, you know, he used to like look up to me, I guess, I don't know. But like every time I told him like come volunteer with me, he'd be like, yeah, I'll go. And I remember he told me like when I got back, I don't know if it was after I went on vacation, but he told me like, yeah, like, you know what, like I want to do more volunteering, because he had dropped out of school, or like I think he was starting school. And I'm like, yeah, I'll help you. I'm like, what school are you going to? He was going like some school in Watts, and then because he dropped out of high school, so he was going to continuation school. He dropped out at age 15. And then you know, when I got back, I was like, you know, I was happy. I was gonna show you, like, look, my grandma's. I had pictures of my grandma. I was gonna tell them like, look, this is my grandma. Like, but then I was like, you know, I remember like seeing the pictures of my grandma, and I sat there. And I told myself like, why bother him? Like, it's no point. Like, I'm just tired. I didn't even say hi to him. You know, I wasn't living in the house at the time. I saw him pass by and like go to the kitchen, and I was like, I just looked at him. I didn't even say hi to him. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm just like, I don't want to bother with it, and I just stayed right there, like watching the pictures. And I was like, as I'm going to the room, I'm like, okay, you know, I was like, I don't want to talk to him. And then like, I remember it was September, because I went to Mexico in September for El Día del Grito or whatever, Independence Day. And then October came by, and I don't remember much. Like I didn't go on. I don't like going to my parents' house. You know, it was horrible. You know, my parents were always against each other, like telling me, tell your dad this, tell your mom this, and like I couldn't handle it. It was just always stressful. And like eventually, like it was my brother's birthday, and I told everybody, oh, tomorrow's my brother's birthday. And then I was like, okay, like I remember that day, like I'm gonna explain my brother's birthday and stuff, cause so I remember that day, like I went to Carl's Jr. I had a coupon for $1. Get two sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches for $1. I was so happy. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get two sandwiches for $1. I was so happy, and like I woke up, I want to eat there, and I just went back home. I played some lottery. While I got some lottery tickets, I played some lottery. I went back home, I relaxed, and then I was cooking. And then I remember I was texting my brother like, hey, like I have some like Native American coins, like gold coins. They're the $1 ones, like if you want them. Like, I took pictures of them. And then it was my brother's birthday that day, and I was like, I didn't even think about it. I didn't care about it. I don't know. And then I just talked about coins with my brother. I didn't even tell him, oh, how is my brother? You know, like I didn't even go. I wasn't in the mood to go. I don't know. It was so uncomfortable situation for me. And then you know, then my friend, then my spouse comes home, and they're like, and it was a Monday, I think. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. It was a Monday when he committed suicide, and my spouse was like, oh, did you say hi to your brother? Happy birthday. I'm like, no. And it's like, why didn't you say happy birthday to me? This and that. Well, I mean to them and blah blah. I'm like, I was just like, I got like so traumatized like right there. I'm like, fuck. I wanted to shake. I was like, you know, like I don't fucking know why I didn't fucking do nothing. Like I didn't do anything. I don't know. I didn't want to say happy birthday to my brother. I didn't want to do anything. Just blah blah blah. Like I didn't want to do it. So it was like nighttime. I want to sleep, and then I went to sleep, and then I get a call at 3 a.m. and then my mom calls me. He's like, hey, like your brother committed suicide, and I was like, what? And I'm like, what the fuck, like. I was like, what the fuck, like just confused, like suicide, like how, like I was like just like confused, and I was like, I mean, I didn't know what to do, you know, or say. I was like, and then like I was like, I went over there to my parents' house, and then the police was already there. I told I told everybody like, what happened? And they're like, yeah, he committed suicide. Like he shot himself in the mouth with a gun. And then you know, my dad, like there was music playing. Like I don't know, like when I got there, like everything was already like a mess. You know, like what had happened. Like my mom told me is like my mom had brought pizza that day because my brother loved pizza, and like I guess that's why I love pizza so much. But my mom got home and knocked in the room and told him like, hey, like, do you want to, or knocked in the room and he wouldn't open, and but there was pizza there, and then I guess she thought he didn't want to be bothered. So then like the music is still playing at 3 a.m. and then my mom is knocking and like, hey, go check on your brother. So I guess my dad went through the alley and through the back window, and he saw my brother. Like he looked through that window and he saw my brother like dead, like right there, like with all the blood and stuff. And like that's when my dad told my brother, and my brother broke the door open because he had locked it, you know, and he locked it, and my brother and then saw him dead, like on the ground. So I don't know, I mean, how it is for them, you know, like I was there after, like I did not see him, like I mean, I did see his body when they took him, like but like his lips were like shut, you know, like I didn't see the wound or anything, like because he shot himself like that. So I mean, they had him pretty covered like this. They had him covered, so I just saw this because they had him covered like and everything. And so my mom wanted to go see him like in the room, you know, right there like that. But like my brothers told him no, like it's too horrible, it's too tragic of a scene to go see him. So I mean, they allowed us, the LA County whatever allowed us to like see him like before they took him. And we saw him, and you know, they took him. It took like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 6 hours to take him. Like when LA County like finally they took him, it was like 6 hours. It's so embarrassing and awkward, you know, because it was nighttime. It was like 3 a.m. and then like for them to like leave at around 9 p.m. a.m. was like awkward. And then like I was there, you know. I remember being there like in the house, and like everybody left, and I was like, I felt stupid because like I was there and everybody left. So I'm like, why the fuck is everybody, my brother committed suicide, they're like, why the fuck is everybody gonna leave? My brother's like, oh, I'm gonna go work. I'm like, oh, my mom, who knows where the fuck she left. My dad left to work. I was like just so feeling so stupid because like everybody left me for like fucking 3 hours. I was there for like 3 hours till like 1 p.m. by myself in that fucking house. And then I felt stupid, you know, like I was there by myself. It's like I was like, okay, now I know why my brother committed suicide, because like these fucking people, like they didn't fucking care. They could just stay home with me, or they could, you know, heck to leave the house, go go visit some friends or something. But no, like they fucking like let me out there. So like I was so pissed off, you know. And then I left and I came back home to my parents, and like I was helping clean up the blood, you know. Like I feel like Disney didn't really think about it, like, but I was cleaning up the blood, you know. Like we're trying to get it cleaned up because it's like halfway carpet and stuff. Like we're trying to clean it up, and like you cleaned it up. And I think I went home that day. Yeah, and then my cousins came like why did you guys still leave the blood right here? And like that's nasty. And like they came here, like they came like judging us. And these cousins, I mean, I didn't even talk to these cousins, but like they were so judgmental. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? Like, I don't know, they were judging. Like I guess it's like kind of like always it's supposed to, it's against God's will and stuff. Like I was like, whatever, you know. That's why I don't like my parents. That's why I don't like anybody, you know. Like they're like, you know. But yeah, like, but you know, we saw a suicide note. He was like, oh, please don't tell anybody. And he said he wanted to be cremated because that was the cheapest thing. He had a song that he played and a suicide note. And he talked about like his parents, you know. Like I was just so confused. Like, oh my god, I'm getting a headache. I don't even want to think about it. Cause when he committed suicide, like he talked about his parents, but like he didn't mention me or my other brothers. So I was just so confused about the situation. I'm like, well, I mean, like he didn't say anything about me. I was like, well, where am I in the picture? Like, I felt stupid because, like, you know, like he said, I guess in a way he said bye to his parents, but not to me. You know? and then well, yeah, we buried him. Like his friends came, and you know, family members came. That's it. Like I mean, we have his ashes at home and stuff. And, you know, like it was hard because like he killed himself on his birthday. And I never thought about that. You know. And it's just like so confusing for me. Like, you know, it was hard for me. What was hard for me was that dude, when I wanted to kill myself, like he was there for me, you know. He would feed me and stuff. But when like he did it, I wasn't there for him. All that month, I was not there for him. Like I didn't even talk to him at all. You know, I didn't help him. I mean, I told my parents to help him that he needed a therapist, and he did see a therapist. You know, that's why I felt. That's why I felt so guilty all these years. Like he helped me when I was down, but I didn't help him. You know, I told my parents, like, that's not my child. Like, I don't know, I felt like he didn't like me or something. And it's like, I told my parents, get him a therapist, and they did. And then And then when it gets to LA County therapist, and they're like, "Oh, he's fine. Like, like just call us every month to check up on him or whatever." I don't know. And my parents, I guess, didn't call or whatever. I don't know. I was just so confused. And when I found out, like, I'm like, "Mom, what happened?" Like, I had a therapy session, and they're like, "Oh, well, they say he's fine. Like, that he doesn't need help. That just to call in a month, and like, you know, some signs of mental illness were there, but like, my parents didn't want to help him. He didn't want to help, because we got them the help, but he didn't want the help, and my parents didn't want to help him, and the mental health services didn't want to help him either. Like, if you take a child to the mental health services, it's not because they're acting like a brat. Like, the mental health services don't take the patient seriously, and don't rely on mental health services. That's why I tell everybody, don't ever rely on the mental health services. So like, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's been hard, I mean, that's my brother's suicide story. Like, I hope, if anybody is watching, like, there's small signs there always, like the small signs, like, it doesn't mean someone's suicidal, but there's small signs that are there and stuff. But yeah, that's it. That is it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching, everybody.